No quirky one-liners one this time. This video is going to be a little bit more respectful. Sorry for my garbage hair, I just came out of the shower. But I'm going to talk about something that maybe a lot of people won't like, maybe a lot of people is indifferent, it's whatever. I won't get too serious about it. That's not what this video is about. It's more about respecting a good person that's done good things, even if other people think otherwise. And that's Pope Francis. As someone who's grew up in a very religious household, my mother very religious, you know, Mexican and all that. We Mexicans love our religion, or tacos and religion. Don't take that out of account. It's a joke. But yeah, I think my mother probably would have wanted at least some talk about it if she was here. So I'm going to give my little thoughts about it and all that. So basically, how I saw Pope Francis, he seemed like a really good person. Every time you see those pictures of him with kids or adults, they were always at least smiling and all that. I feel bad that almost one of the last people we had to visit with JD Vance. You know, and that's its own thing. The jokes write themselves. But I just want to give my own little respects onto a man because you should always at least respect somebody that's at least done good deeds despite what you think of them or the things that they practiced and all that. A good person deserves a good farewell, as I believe, despite what other people may think. Like I said again, I'm saying the same things, but non-scripted, no jokes, just thoughts that I would like to give out. But yeah, I'm not much of a religious person anymore, but I can tell that this person loved I wouldn't even say a job, more like a calling, I guess, when you find your calling in life. Bro, guy did it for how many years? I don't have the official number, but he did it for so long. It seemed like he loved what he did. It's not a job if you love it. And like I said, made a lot of people smile along the way. So yeah, despite religion, despite politics, despite all that mumbo jumbo, you can't deny when a person helps other people, they deserve a farewell. They are good people. At least I think so. Like some people will be like, well, he did this, he did that. It's whatever, we all do things that other people might disagree with. Perfectly fine. But like I said, a good person deserves a good farewell, and I just want to give my own farewell as somebody that grew up, like I said, religious household, whatnot. My mother probably would have wanted me to, at least I think so. So yeah, farewell, Pope Francis. 88 years is really solid. That's really good these days. Not a lot of people, unfortunately, get to live that far and do a lot of good in the world. Some people do a lot of bad things and they get to live up to who knows how long. I'm gonna get a little morbid here, but it's just my personal experience. Sometimes I feel like the bad people live longer than the good people sometimes, but unfortunately, in this case, Pope Francis definitely seemed like one of the good ones. So my hat's off to you if I had one. No joke right there. Pure respect. I think the only other person I would have there's like levels of respect you can have for somebody. Like you can think of them as a good person, a decent person. I don't think there's such things as a good person. You're either a bad or decent person. Anybody that calls himself a good person, I wouldn't trust personally. Just because, if you're a good person, you show it, you don't say it. But yeah, just my little thoughts in my head. But like I said, religion or not, doesn't matter. A good person deserves a good farewell. I think the only other person I would put him in a tier of respectful people that have passed is Stan Lee. That person made so many people smile. He made me smile. His heroes, like, I know he didn't fully make Spider-Man, I know all that, but he still helped. So I think that was Steve Durko. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name, Like Spider-Man, when you look at him, despite the Disney versions and all that, I don't look at, no offense, I don't look at the Tom version as somebody that I would look up to. Maybe just because I didn't really grow up with him, but he doesn't really give me that vibe. Maybe there's some people he does, but he just never really gave me that vibe. But yeah, Spider-Man, like he gives people hope, and when you look at him, like when you look at the stuff Stan Lee did and his heroes and all that, he made people smile. He gave them hope. He lifted their spirits when you could just read any comic. Hopefully, not the modern Spider-Man comics. I'm kind of diverting a little bit off here. I'm going off the rails, but yeah, good person deserves respect. People like Stanley, in my opinion, Pope Francis, and all. If you have your own person, put them down. Like it could be anybody. Like my mom, I respect her. I will always respect her. No longer here with me, but her teachings will. Hopefully, I can live up to them and all that. So, yeah, if you respect your own person and all that, if you put them as somebody who did good, there's no such thing as a perfect person. Don't get me wrong, but there's always that one person that you can look up to, somebody who made people smile, who made people happy. Because I think that's what life's all about. You're either a decent person that can make people smile, or just be a good person at all, or at least try to be. There is no perfection. You can try to be a good person or you cannot. Simple as that. But I think it's more of a choice to do that, if anything. And if people remember you like that, I think you did a pretty good job in our little roller coaster you call life. Sorry if it's a little bit serious. I just want to give my own 2 little cents on that. If you have your own opinions, comments, put them down. Hopefully, let's keep it tamed, everybody. It's more of a respectful thing. I know if this video does get any views at all, some people will be all like, well, not everybody, but there is those kind of people, that just want to be malicious to be malicious. And if you're going to do that, then just get out of here, go somewhere else. But yeah, that is my 2 cents on Pope Francis passing, a really good person. He seemed like he had a really good run. That's what we as humans can mostly wish to obtain in our, like I said, roller coasters of life. You want to, at least go out as a decent person, and I think he did that pretty well. So that's just my 2 cents. It might be rubbish. It's whatever. But yeah, I'll take care, lads and gents. Take care.